Hey, my guys. I'm really glad you're here today because we've got a story that's going to make you think differently about something we all love, movies. Now, imagine this. You walk into your local theater, grab your popcorn, sit down, and realize that half the international films you were excited to watch are either missing or the ticket price has suddenly skyrocketed. Sounds strange, right? Well, that could actually become reality after former President Donald Trump announced his plan to slap a massive 100% tariff on foreign-made films. Yeah, you heard that right. Double the cost just to bring those movies into the US. So what does that mean for you, for Hollywood, and for the movie industry around the world? Let's talk about it. Here's the situation. The idea behind this move is to make foreign films so expensive to import that American films get a competitive edge. Trump's team frames it as protecting U.S. jobs, boosting the domestic film industry, and putting America first, even in the cultural arena. But think about it. Movies aren't just entertainment. They're also a bridge between cultures, a way we share stories, perspectives, and ideas. So the question becomes, should films be treated like just another commodity in a trade war? Or should they be considered something bigger, something that connects us globally? Now, from a purely business point of view, the reasoning seems straightforward. If foreign movies cost more, Hollywood productions might dominate the theaters even more than they already do. But what about the flip side? If other countries retaliate, could American films, especially the big blockbusters we export everywhere, face higher costs overseas? Could this start a cultural trade war where everyone loses access to each other's stories? Let's also think about smaller filmmakers. Independent creators from places like France, South Korea, or Mexico, whose films might not have huge budgets, could be priced out of the US market entirely. That means fewer chances for audiences here to discover new voices and perspectives. Imagine never getting to see the next Parasite or another groundbreaking film from abroad just because it's too expensive to import. Wouldn't that make our movie experience here a little bland? And here's another layer: enforcement. How do you even decide what counts as a foreign-made film today? A lot of movies are international co-productions. An American studio partners with a British director, shoots in Canada, with actors from all over the world. Does that count as foreign? What about movies released straight to streaming platforms like Netflix, Disney Plus, or Amazon Prime? Would tariffs even apply there? And if so, how would the government monitor that? It starts to get messy, doesn't it? Now let me ask you this. Do you think movies should be used as leverage in trade negotiations? Or should they be protected as part of cultural exchange, something that belongs to all of us beyond politics? It's a tough question. On one hand, governments want to protect their industries and workers. On the other hand, cinema is one of those rare things that transcends borders. Restricting it could actually make us less connected at a time when understanding each other's cultures feels more important than ever. And we can't ignore the audience's role in all this. You and me, the people buying tickets or streaming films at home, were the ones who'd feel the changes most directly. Less choice, higher prices, fewer stories from around the world. Would you pay double just to see a foreign film in theaters? Or would you skip it altogether and stick to Hollywood blockbusters? Hollywood itself isn't too happy about this idea either. While on the surface it might look like a win for them, the reality is Hollywood relies on global partnerships and foreign markets too. If other countries decide to retaliate with their own tariffs, those big Marvel and Disney movies could face barriers abroad. That's billions of dollars on the line. So, in a weird way, this move might hurt the very industry it's meant to protect. At the end of the day, this isn't just about money or politics. It's about culture, identity, and how we share our stories. Films have always been more than just entertainment. They're a reflection of who we are, what we value, and how we see the world. Limiting that exchange could make us more divided, less curious, and maybe even a little more closed off. So, what do you think? Should America shield its film industry with tariffs like this? Or should movies stay open to the free flow of ideas and creativity across borders? Would you personally be okay with paying more to keep international films on the big screen? Or would you rather see the government back off and let audiences decide? Thanks so much for hanging out with me today and diving into this really fascinating and honestly kind of controversial topic. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want to keep exploring stories that affect both politics and everyday life, make sure to hit that like button, share this video with a friend who loves movies, and subscribe for more content like this. Your support really helps keep these conversations going. Until next time, stay curious, stay open-minded, and I'll catch you in the next video.